Hey there, Earth signs. Welcome to the Oracle of the Feather Crown Tree. This is your monthly reading for the elements, and it is one of the many monthlies that I'm doing right now. So you can also find your astrology sign reading for this Leo season, as well as a masculine and feminine energy reading, your moon sign, and the pagan season reading, which really speaks about creativity. I also do a daily chakra attunement reading, so look for that in my playlist if you are interested. And when I turned over these cards to get the whole spread just before I started this reading, I was really taken aback. Like, this is one heck of a spread. Each card feels like it's synchronizing with the other cards around it. You have a repeating rainbow and ray theme. So I don't know what's going on, but I hope you're having a spectacular month, because these cards are telling that story, basically. I think I want to be an earth sign right now, and I have 0 earth in my chart. So let's see, we're going to start, but who knows? Once I jump into the cards, something else could come out. So we'll see what actually emerges here. So your first card is going to be the center card. And I am seeing you are kind of shining so bright that you've almost reached your limit. And in reaching your limit, you may have to enter some dicey territory to keep further expanding. Like, you've already mastered your own world. You sort of own it. You've risen above that, and you want to grow, 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 grow. But I am getting this message that as you want to further expand, and that feeling of, reaching for something higher, because it's elevating you, and it's elevating your spirit to feel like it's more, like it's ascending, basically. It's going higher and higher. I am, first of all, getting that there could be I don't want to put a damper on this reading, because I just said there's so much rainbow energy, but I got to speak the truth here, I guess. So I'm seeing sort of a dangerous energy here, and it could be about power, and really trying to go for a lot of power, and being power hungry, and stepping into power in a way that could be dangerous, not only for yourself, but of course anyone else that you are with. It could also be kind of isolating for you. And you may think that it's going to bring you the energy that you're after, the energy that you want to expand on, but it may bring you into an entirely different kind of energy that you're not anticipating. And I am really strongly getting that it could be affecting others around you, especially feminine energies around you, where you may be pushing into their space and pushing them out of the scene, and there's something about just bad feelings, like it's a bad emotional space. So please look into that, because these are the times when we really, more so than ever, we've always been called to be responsible for our actions and thoughts, but really right now we are more conscious than ever, basically, to act from a place of virtue. As I move over into your spiritual area, it looks like there has probably been a lot of cloudy times for you lately, and then this huge, streak of bliss and excitement and wonderfulness. So I'm getting, actually, again, I don't want to speak bad, but I gotta say what I see here. You may be feeling very strong in like 2 ways at once. Like, you may half the time be feeling very dark and gloomy, and then the other half kind of out of your mind, crazy in love with a whole nother kind of reality. This is also making me feel like you may be experimenting with other altered states of mind through substances, could be coming into play. And a sense of just natural rulership of what should just sort of naturally make you feel good is sort of in the background and not having much influence. So you may be kind of in a territory where you're being ruled a lot by your emotions, and because of that, you may be counteracting that with a lot of experimental things to boost your moods. That, you know, it could be psychedelics, it could be practices that just really change your energy, like ecstatic dance or something like that. So seeing that in that card, as I move down into your emotional sector, this is also pretty otherworldly. So yeah, you may be in altered states, really experimenting with how to feel good and wanting that energy in your life, wanting your life flooded with this. And it's not even like happiness. It's not just, you know, what most people would ask for, I think, as far as their feeling tone throughout the day, a sense of contentment and joy and peace. This is a heightened state of, it's more than just emotions. It's about like your brain chemistry being so lit that you are experiencing reality and emotions in a whole another way. And it's opening up these whole other dimensions for you. So maybe this is going to be very healing for you. Maybe you need to experience life in this way. You need something sort of surreal in a way to bring about the right state of consciousness for you. As I look into your physical sector, I feel like you are sort of trying to rebirth, like you've probably been in a very dark place and through have felt exceptionally just completely burned out from it, to where you don't even know how to emotionally fuel yourself anymore. Like you really could have some emotional burnout here, actually, is what I'm seeing. And there is a sense, again, in this card, of needing something outside of yourself in your environment that brings in an energy that is so spectacular. It's so different than your own sense of loss and fatigue, that you may be seeking something outside of yourself to really reinvent your psychological state of mind. And it looks like you're doing that for, you know, a higher purpose. It's not about self-indulgence, but you really want to lift your spirit through this. And as I'm looking into your communication sector, I see that you may have been quite controlling. There's some ugly chatter that may have happened that speaks in a way that is not life affirming by any means. It could have been it could have been energy that basically killed things, that has had an effect of not allowing things to grow, that has been, you know, I don't want to say that it's unhealthy, because death can be very transformative, but it almost feels like it was chatter, like needless and not necessarily serving a good purpose. But it looks like you have sort of put that below you. And hopefully it's completely below you, not just in your subconscious where it can wreak havoc. You seem to be busy and somewhat unfulfilled by communication, and there's things that need not only your verbal and mental type of communication, but need your physical, like you doing the motions. It needs like your body involved with working on things, like a visual language maybe, or something that you're sculpting or working on in your environment. It needs your touch and your eye coming together. It needs to be manipulated in that way. I see that you're doing that to bring kind of the outer in alignment with the inner, like you want to have some sync there with the reality that you're creating basically by how you're interacting with it. And I see you very focused on it and not really aware of some other energies around you that are really beautiful that you may be overlooking and could bring those elements that we were speaking of earlier, those transformative elements to your psyche. They're just, maybe outside of your field of vision right now. And so maybe don't be so self-engrossed and distracted by what you feel like you need to manipulate in your environment and what you're focused on and working at, because I feel like these energies want to flow in naturally, like they're very available. If you just sort of open up, give them the time of day, allow them the opportunity to be seen and felt. So I'm going to end it there, I guess, and I'm wishing you Earth signs a beautiful month, and I hope that you'll be able to join me again. So take care.